Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to all of you. I hope you're well and you are staying safe, okay? Now, before we start, please let me know if you can hear me, okay? Also, if you can see my screen and my cursor moving around, please, so we can begin today's webinar, okay? My name is Diana. I'm going to be giving the webinar today. Is going to be about the searches that you can do from your main product on ReiFax, okay? So even if you have a Platinum, Professional, or Professional Dialer, you are going to be able to do most of the searches that I'm going to try to fill in 1 hour. Remember that you can ask any questions that you want to through the chat window. Just write it down there and I can see them. Also, there is a Q&A part of the system, so you can also answer any questions. Thank you, Martin. Okay, everything good, so we can start. Now, as soon as the first thing that you need to do is, of course, log in your account. I already have it open right here, okay, at the top. Here on your control panel, we are going to do the searches from, again, your main product. So the one that it says either ReiFax Platinum, ReiFax Professional, or ReiFax Professional Dialer, okay? So as soon as you enter, the system will take you to the search tab, and you need to make sure that you are in your main product, because right here you will see the greenhouse upper left, okay? Now, let me just see if my volume is a little bit, I think it's great. Okay, excellent. So from here, I'm going to give a quick overview about the main filters, okay, that you want to use or might want to use if you want to do searches on ReiFax, okay? And then we are going to go straight to do some type of searches. Now, at the top, right here at the top, you will see the general filters. Those are the most important ones that you need to select all the time, okay? For example, let's say that you want to go to a specific address, okay? Right here where it says location, write down the address without the city, without the zip code, that is not needed. You just write down the address and select the county where that address is located and click on search, okay? Whatever is the address that you want to search for. If you want to not find only one result, but several, then you can use the rest of the filters. The city or the zip code, you can also use them if you're trying to do several searches, okay? For example, let's say that in Miami-Dade, I want to right here, and instead of selecting exact, because there are several, I'm going to select multiple contains. And that way the system is going to read all the cities that I want to search in, okay? Or the same words for the zip code. If it's only one zip code, let's say this one, you just write it down and leave it on exact. But if you are going to do a search in several zip codes, okay, no matter how many they are, just write them down, all of them, separate them with commas without any spaces between, and then select multiple contains right here. Good? Now, the most important thing that you always need to select is the type of data. Some of you just go here and say, I want to look for probate. So I'm going to select right here probate. No, this doesn't do anything, okay? When you click on these squares right here, you see that nothing is changing here in your search parameters. You need to select the type of data that you are interested, okay? So if you want to look for all the properties that have been registered, select public records. Or even if you want to look for properties that are off market, select public records. But if you want to look for properties that are listed for sale with an agent, go right here. If you want to select properties that are for rent, if you want to search for properties that might be pending or under contract, okay? Those properties are no longer active for sale. They were removed, but they might have those status. They are going to be yellow in your results. I will show you that. The for sale by owner, okay? These are not with an agent. It's only the owner who is selling the property. Properties that are foreclosed, okay? Or in any case of foreclosure, could be pre-foreclosed or foreclosed already, and properties that have original mortgage information. So here is where you are going to select that, okay? And as soon as I select, for example, for sale, you are going to see right here on your search parameters that that is the information that is going to be on your results, okay? Those are the type of properties or the type of deals that you are going to find. Now, next to the filter for data, you will see right here the type of property. So you can narrow your search selecting only one of these types, okay? Depending, you can select single family, condo, towns and villas, multifamily, depending of the number of units, okay? Sometimes commercial, vacant lands, and mobile homes, and even others. Let me just clear this so you can actually see all the types that there are available right here on the types, okay? See, sorry. One more time, multifamily with plus 10 units or minus 10 units. And if you don't find the type of property that you want, select other. You can now select two types of properties. For example, I want to do a search for single family and also condos, towns, and villas. It's only one at a time, or you can just select any type and then you will look for all of them, okay? Now, below data, right here, there is the foreclosure filter. So here is where you can also select the specific type of property that you want to look for. Properties that are pre-foreclosed, these are only lease pendants, okay, or first notice properties. The the owner still has the ability to pay for the debt to keep the property. And properties that are already foreclosed, these property were already or are already bank owned, or they already have a auction date, okay? So this is how you select it, or any or neither if you don't want to find foreclosures. Then you will see right here the filter for probates, okay? So select probate yes or probate no, depending if that is what you want to find. Remember that if you only click on here, nothing is happening with your search parameters. Once you click on this square, the only thing that the system show you is more filters below, so you can be more specific about the searches that you want to do, okay? Life state is right here as well, okay? Now, some of you always ask what is the difference between these two. Probate is the process when there is already a will, okay? The owner has passed away and they are managing the will with an attorney, or maybe the case doesn't have an attorney yet. Sometimes that is called a pre-probate, okay? You can also find it here on ReiFax. But life estate, there is no will, okay? As soon as the owner has passed away, the property goes directly to the family member or whatever person he has left the property, okay? There is not any kind of procedure there. We know that those properties are life estate because the owner, while he was still alive, he has left this document granting rights to another person. And as soon as he passes away, that person will become the owner, okay? That is it. Now, vacant properties. This is the only filter that if you only are users that have platinum or professional, you are not going to be able to see it, okay? Vacant properties is only available for our users that have professional dialer. Whenever you want to upgrade your account to have this type of data available, let us know and we can help you, okay? Now, below the dotted line again, whenever you click on this square, more filters are here below in this place, so you can actually search for a specific or narrow the search a little bit more if you want, okay? Under public records, apart from selecting number of bedrooms, bathrooms, the size of the property, the year bill, even if a property is for sale or not for sale, or if the property was listed before with an agent or still has the agent information, you can just select it here, yes or no. You can also select a market value and try to narrow your results by a market value. You can say, for example, equal or greater, and write down here $200,000, or between, I only want to see the properties that have a market value between 100,000 and 500,000, okay? So you just select your minimum and your maximum once you have select between. It is up to you, okay? The debt to equity filter is also going to allow you to find, some kind of debts based on the mortgage liens, okay? Here, if you click on this question mark, you will see the exact formula that we use in ReiFax to calculate this debt to equity, okay? It is a percentage based on the known debt of the property and also the market value. So let's say that you want to find properties that are completely free and clear. These properties, they don't have any kind of debts. So you need to use the filter equal and then write down 100, okay? So those properties right here are going to be completely free and clear. They have 100% equity, so no debts. But if you want to find some kind of debts, okay, on those properties, then you can use the filter, let's say equal or greater, I don't know, 70% or 30%, or even use a like between. And let's say that I want to see between 10% and 70%, okay? So that is how you can find either people that have no debts, okay, 100% equity, or some kind of equity. You can also find in the system properties that are completely upside down, like underwater. The debts on these properties are bigger than even what the property is valued for, okay? So for that, you need to select right here, select something that says less than, or equal or less, and then use the filter as a negative percentage. So you can say, for example, minus 40%, okay, on the debt to equity filter. And that is how you will find those type of properties that again are underwater. They have a lot of debts, okay? You can find here under, again, we are still on public records, filters like the tax delinquents, okay? So you can find properties that have debts on taxes, and you can narrow the search by the year of the debt or the total amount of that year. Let's say, for example, that you want to see all the properties that have debts on taxes. So it's really simple. You can use the filter, let's say the amount filter, equal or greater $1,000. So all the properties that have more or equal $1,000 debts on taxes, they are going to show up there in your results, okay? Of course, I'm not narrowing, but anything else, okay? If you only select single family, then you are going to see only the ones that have debts on taxes that are single family. Then you will see filters for the owner information. So right here, there is a filter that it will let you find maybe absentee owners, okay? So if you select no, these owners, they don't live on the same property, address, okay? If you select yes, they are going to be there. Remember that this is not about vacant, okay? It's only that the owner live or doesn't live there. If you want to find vacant properties, again, you need to have professional dialer, and that comes along with this filter, so you can just select yes or vacant and find those properties. Now, some of you are interested in finding owners, but only on a specific type of owner, and some of you want to leave I don't know, for example, corporations or incs or trusts, LLC. So you can do that with the name filter right here. You can select, for example, open this. And if you don't want to find those type of owners, you are only interested in, let's say, individuals, okay? So then use the filter with a multiple no contains. And right here on the text box, write down all the keywords that you want to leave out from those owners' names. For example, LLC, LLC, Inc., Corp, or the word completely corporations, group, okay? I don't know, bank, mortgage, city, those type of owners. If you don't want to find them, write it down, all of them, separate them only with commas without any spaces between, and select from the list multiple no contains. That way the system is not going to find those, it's only going to focus on the normal individuals type, okay? Excellent. And also if you don't want to find, let's say you're interested in finding properties in Miami-Dade, but I don't want the owners, they are going to be out, I need them to be out of state. So again, there is a state filter here, and you can select, let's say, no contains, because it's only one state, so Florida. So apart from everything, these owners, they are out of state, okay? You can select absentee, select no, so they are not in this, they don't live on the same address, and they don't live on neither on Florida as well. Below, you will see values filters as well. This is something that the system will always give you, okay? The information is there available for every property. The building value, the land value, the asset value, taxes of value, the homestead, and the known debt as well. And even the value for every square footage of the property. But if you want, you can narrow by this, okay? Let's say that I don't want to use the debt to equity, but I want to see the properties that have a known debt bigger than, I don't know, this amount. So you select greater than $1 million, okay? You can narrow by that. And on the other filters, under public records, you will see pool, water from, so you can select if you want a property to have pool or no, water from, yes or no. Subdivision, if you know the name of the subdivision, just write it down here and you will look for all the properties in that specific subdivision. Or if you know a code, a zone code, write it down here and you can look for that as well, okay? Any questions, guys, about the filters that you can find under the searches for public records? Let me know, please. Let me open the chat with you. Okay, no questions so far. So let's continue. Okay, so if you don't want to find this kind of filter, let's say that you are interested in people that are selling their properties, okay, let's select for sale with agents. So then the filters right here for sale are going to be available, even if you select the data or if you go right here and click on it. Now these filters, the for rent and the for sale by owner, they are very similar, okay? So I'm going to explain every filter from here. Right here, if you are an agent, let us know, please, your license number, because you can also make or do a search by the listing number that is registered on the MLS. Okay, if you have that number and you want to find that particular property that is listed, with that number you can do it, but only if you have the permissions in ReiFax for agents or realtors or brokers, okay? So contact us, let us know your license number so we can upgrade your account to that particularly, so you can have the ability to do those searches, okay? Now, here you can also do searches by number of bedrooms, bathrooms, size, okay? Your bill, but also you can select the listing price. Let's say that you are ready to invest, but you don't want to, I don't know, find like properties that are asking too much, okay, for your investment. So you can just narrow that listing price. Let's say that I only want to see the properties that are asking between, I don't know, this amount and this amount. That is my target, okay? So I can just select my listing price here with a between, minimum and maximum, or again, you can select equal or greater, equal or less, okay, or less than, greater than, it's up to you. Now, you can also narrow by either the listing date or the days on the market, okay? So let's say that you, during this time, crazy times that we are living, let's say that you want to find, I don't know, people that are selling their homes and they haven't been able to sell it, let's say in more than, I don't know, 4 months, 3 months. So you can just select days on the market here. Maybe they are desperate to sell their properties, okay? Sorry, equal or greater. And I'm going to find all of them that haven't been able to sell the properties, or the properties are still active for sale since more than 120 days, okay? So you can find them like that. Or if you are only interested in the new listings, so try to put here maybe equal or less 10 days, something like that, okay? And you can find only the new ones that are going to show up. Remember that we update the data every single day. Some kind of public records, okay, for example, people that already sold their properties, those haven't been registered yet on any county record. So I don't know, those are behind, so we don't show those new sales here if they are not registered yet, okay? Remember that. Now, if you're an agent, you will also have the ability to search by remarks, okay? Any remarks that any agent have registered about their listings. So you can find, for example, people that have, say the word TLC or repairs, no repairs, okay? Whatever keyword that you want to use on those remarks that those agents have registered about their listings, okay? But even if you are not an agent, you can also do searches by the financial status. Let's say that you want to find short sales or REO type of properties that are listed. Just select them from here. If you want to find a specific HOA feed, you can also do it here, okay? Now, this is a very cool filter that we have on the system. It's called potential equity. This is going to allow you to find the greatest deals, okay, that the system offers, okay, depending of the percentage that you want to use. This particularly potential equity, it will show you the difference between the listing price and the market value of the property. So if you select a potential equity that is positive, okay, a positive percentage, then you will find people that are asking less for the property than what the system values that property for, okay? Excellent. And we'll show you how to do these searches as soon as we finish, okay? And we are about to do this, like walk through the filters. Any questions? Let me see, please, the chat with you. Any questions about the filters that you will find on public records or for sale, for rent, for sale by owner? Remember that you can chat with me through the chat window, through the chat icon, and also the Q&A icon here on the Zoom meeting. Okay, no questions so far, so let's continue. Now, foreclosures. If you are interested in foreclosures, remember that you need to select right here at the top the type of foreclosure that you want to find, okay? Let's say that you want to find pre-foreclosed properties. So open the filter above the dotted line, okay? Select pre-foreclosed, and then click right here on this square so you can actually see more filters and narrow your searches by that. Let me just clear this again so we don't have anything else here. So I want to see, I don't know, in Miami-Dade, people that are single family, okay, single family homes. I'm going to select that they are for sale as well, but I want to see the pre-foreclosed ones. So I just select everything here at the top, again, above the dotted line. And let's say, again, the system will have like all the properties that were ever in any period of time registered as pre-foreclosed. So you can find cases, I don't know, from 10 years ago, 6 years ago. Those cases might be already over, the property was already sold, so maybe that is not interested for me. Then you can select when the first notice, okay, the lease pendants became public. And that is by clicking on this square and go directly to the file date filter, okay? So let's say that I only want to see the pre-foreclosed from 2020, only those ones. So I go here to the file date filter. I'm going to select equal or greater. This works like I'm saying since, okay? And open the calendar, and I'm going to click right here so I can go back to January this year, first day of January. So now I'm only looking for the pre-foreclosed, okay? There were lease pendants since this year, since January until now, okay? That is how you do the searches for pre-foreclosed. You can go back, I don't know, more, not only for January. Let's say that I want to see from last year and 1 year ago. So July 3, correct? Yeah, tomorrow is 4th of July. Excellent. Now, like this, I'm only looking the pre-foreclosed from 1 year ago until today. Easy. But if you want to find, let's say, people that are going to be auctioned, okay, properties that are going to be auctioned. So you can also select right here, instead of selecting pre-foreclosed, go to foreclosed ones. Do not select a file date that is like really close by. Remember that they stayed on that pre-foreclosed status, maybe a year, less than a year, a few months. Everything depends about the bank that is fine, the plaintiff, or if the owner has paid or not paid the debts, okay? So just select foreclosure if you want to find auction or properties that are going for auction, and then select, you can go for a date or an amount. Let's say that I want to find all the properties that are going to be auctioned for more than this, or less than something, okay? For example, I'm going to see all the properties that are going to be auctioned for less than this. So equal or less than, you can select both, and that way you can find those properties. But if you want to find out when are going to be auctioned, okay, you can also narrow by the dates. So let's say that I want to see only that the properties that are going to be auctioned, I don't know, since Monday until August. So I can just open right here, the date filter, select maybe between, and I can select my start date and my finish day, okay? So since Monday on to the last day of August 31st, all the properties that are going to be auctioned between these two dates. Good? Any questions? Let me check. Okay, I have here one question. If foreclosure data available for Houston, San Antonio, and how? Okay, Mr. Ray, we don't have on ReiFax data from this state, okay, from Texas, or not on ReiFax. We have foreclosure information on Deal Generator, that is also a system that you have access being a user for ReiFax in that state, but not here. ReiFax only works at the moment in 4 states: Florida, Maryland, New Jersey, and California. And you just open here the state filter, you will see the access that you have, and then you can just select foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, and do the same searches. But again, only on ReiFax, those 4 states. Let me repeat: Florida, Maryland, New Jersey, and California. I'm going to send you, after we finish this webinar, how you can do searches in Texas if you want to on Deal Generator about the pre-foreclosed properties, okay? Don't worry, I will send that link for you. And just contact us if you want to have a coaching, a one-on-one coaching with any of us, okay? Any more questions? Let me check. Let me know if that answered your question. You're welcome, Mr. Ray. Okay, so let's continue. Now, the mortgage filters, if you want to find original mortgage information, okay, the first loan registered or all the loans registered about a property, you can open this square, this little square, and then select the amount filter here. So let's say that I want to see all the properties that have loans, okay, or mortgage bigger than this amount. So you can actually find, with select the filter, those are going to be on your results. If you know the recorded date, if you know who was the buyer, the borrower, the grantor, second buyer, lender, the rate type, okay, this is like a percentage, a number. Sometimes it says, for example, 51.38, that is the rate type. But if you also know the document detail and the type, you can search for those type of mortgages as well, okay? Probates filters, remember, above the dotted line, you need to select probate yes or probate no if you don't want to find them. But if you want to find probates, then again, select it here and then go for the square. And here you can also narrow for the recent cases of probates if you want to find recent cases, or if you want to narrow by all cases, okay? Maybe, I don't know, since 2 years ago or 1 year ago. That is up to you. But you need to select that on the published date, because otherwise you're going to find all the probate cases that, I don't know, they were registered, I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and those cases maybe are not going to be like useful for you. So if I want to see, for example, again, only from 2020, so equal or greater, and I open the calendar, I go to January this year, and select the first day of January. And that way I'm narrowing all the probates, sorry, all the probates with a published date as well. Or if you know the name of the deceased person, or even the first name, I want to see, I know that his name was John, okay, or I don't know, whatever name was, you just write it down here and select contains. What is it? Contains, right here. No, contains. Okay, right here. If you only know one last name or one name, and that's it. But if you know the specific name, then just write it down completely and select exact. If you know the representative name information, you can narrow and try to look for those specific properties, okay? Only. Or if you also know the attorney information, you can find those cases like that. But let's say that you want to find pre-probates. Is that what it gets called? So those cases are on the court, they don't have any kind of information yet, okay? But you can find them if you select probates that they don't have an attorney yet, okay? So again, select probate yes, go here and select attorney name. In attorney name, select empty. So these probates, they don't have an attorney, and they might have a representative information if you select, for example, not empty on the representative, okay? Let's try to do this search really quick so I can show you before we go to the specific searches today. So all of this, okay? Let's try to find one of these properties. Well, this is a condo or an apartment, and let's check it out. Right here, see? This information, it doesn't have an attorney, it doesn't have a representative, and of course you can narrow. I didn't narrow by the published date, but you can see it right here. This probate was from 2014, okay, so 6 years ago. Maybe it's good for you or not good for you, but that is how you can narrow that information, okay? Remember that the information for the probate is going to be on the overview of one property. Once you get to your results, click on it, and that will open the overview. Let's go back to our searches, okay? Let's clear this again. Now, this is the last type of search that you can also do if you are an agent. If you're an agent, you can search for expired. Remember, you need to give us your license information so we can upload these features in your account. If you want to select expired, or if you want to find expired property, select yes. If you want this expired being relisted, then open the filter and select data for sale. So they have expired and they are for sale again. But if you only want to find the expires that haven't been relisted, or they are not relisted at the moment or listed, select public records and go right here and select for sale no. Okay? So those are the general filters, okay, that you are using like the most, okay, to do the searches. If you want to find about any others, please contact us. Remember that you can have as many free coachings or one-on-one trainings about the system, so we can go through with anybody, okay, individually, and just answer your questions. Now let's try to do some searches so I can show you the results, okay? Let's start with properties that are off market. Let's try to do a search for tire landlords. That is what we call them. Or maybe these tire landlords are motivated sellers. These people, they haven't sold the property in more than 4 years ago. So they might want to, they might be interested in selling the property and getting a new one, okay? So how you can find them? You can go through the filters, okay? For example, let's stay in Miami-Dade, and I want to see all the tire landlords for single family. I'm going to leave this data filter for public records, and I'm going to go down and select for sale no. Apart from selecting for sale no, I need to select the last sale date or the sold date of the property. So I can go back and select right here, equal or less, okay? And I go back a few years, maybe 2016, January 1st. Oops, sorry, closer. Let me go back, 2016, January 1st. So these people haven't been listed their properties for sale, okay, or sell the property since this date, okay, and they are not on the market at the moment. This is a search of how you can find those tire landlords. Now, remember that you can, any parameters that you select, if that is a search that you are going to do every week, or I don't know, with any frequency, and you want to save the parameters, you have that option. Right here at the top, upper right, where it says manage search, you can open this and just, these parameters that you have here, you can save them in your manage search. Just by clicking on new and write down any name that you want to save this by, okay? You can put the same thing, oops, sorry. You can put the same thing on the description or just put anything else. So this is a tire landlord save that I'm going to do. And I can put here also, this is in Miami-Dade. These are single family homes, okay? And click on save. Now, as soon as you save, you will see that search here on all the list of searches that you have. We, on ReiFax, we give you these type of searches. There are about 50 type of searches that you have available, okay? They start with RFX from ReiFax. If you are a mentoring student from either BRIA or DRIA, okay, you will see the searches that they provide as well. Once they start with BRIA and the other starts with MP, because that is about your mentoring program with DRIA as well, okay? And the rest are the searches that you have saved yourself in the system. They are organized by alphabetical order here, okay? So, for example, if I want to see all the searches that I have saved with the name tire, how can I find them? I just write down a keyword here, click on search, and I will see them all. So the system provides me with 3 searches for multifamily, single family, and also right here is the search that I just did. So let's say that you needed to go away, you don't remember the parameters that you selected last time, but you did save the search. So once you see this, just go to your manage search. Again, you can find the specific search that you saved with a name, and then you will see that here selected. Okay, it's here on the list. Select it by clicking on it, then load, and you will see the parameters that are going to be here. If you want to override this search, that is something that you can also do. Let's say now that I'm going to save this search, but not by single family, only by condo, towns, and villas, but I want to save it in a different search or override it. Now you click right here, manage search, select new if you want to save this one, or just find the same search that you did before. Sorry, higher. Oops. Select it and click on override, okay? Are you sure you want to override this template? Yes. You cannot save, you cannot change the name of the template, neither the description, okay? If you want to do that, just create a new search and delete this one if you want to after. Any questions about how you can save the parameters of the searches that you want to, please? Let me see the chat. Nope, no questions. Okay, so let's go to see the results of this one. So these are public records, okay, not listed for sale. They haven't been sold or since this date until now. And these are condos in Miami-Dade. So if I click on search, the system will take us directly to the results that you can also analyze, save in your follow-up, start sending contracts and everything. You see how many they are? You can narrow, okay? Because these are condos, maybe by the size, I don't know, city, zip code, market value. So because these are like too many records for me to manage maybe this month or this week, or depending of the time that you are going to have there. So I can narrow this again by depth to equity, market value, select if these properties I don't want to be owner occupied, I want the owners, they don't live on Florida. So you can start selecting those parameters that I just explained you about right here, okay? So no contains Florida. And that way try to narrow those records a little bit more. Good? So this is how you can find, again, tired landlords that are the same called as motivated sellers, people that haven't sold their properties in a long time. They might be interested in selling the properties back again. Now let's try with a search for sale. And let's see those great deals that the system offers. So again, select data, the most important filter right here, for sale, okay? Select the type of property. Let's go for single family now. And right here, under the for sale filters, you can narrow by a listing price. Let's say that I only want to see people that are asking less than this amount. This is my top target for these properties, okay? Days on the market, I want to see, I don't know, properties that have been sitting on the market for like too many months, okay? Or let's say this 3 months. They haven't been able to sell the property in more than 3 months, and they are asking less than this. These are listed with an agent, but I want to see only the ones that are going to give me maybe the better profit if I'm planning to buy the property and then flip it after, okay? So equal or greater, and I don't suggest you to use here a bigger amount for the potential equity, so that way you are not going to narrow the search too much, but you can use the amount that you prefer, okay? So click on search. This potential equity is going to show you those listing prices, okay? Let's say $100,000 for a listing price, but the property is valued for more than that, okay? As bigger is the potential equity percentage, bigger is going to be the difference between whatever they are asking versus whatever the property is valued for, okay? For example, let's go to this property right here, property number 4. This is the percentage for the potential equity, and this is the amount. You see the difference? So they are asking for this property, this amount, and the market value is this one. Okay, same for this, same for others that you can see right here. You can sort this, let's sort this descending. So I can see the bigger amounts or percentage for potential equity right here, okay? Now, these prices, you see the prices right here? These maybe are errors that the agent just, I don't know, failed to put all the zeros there. So you can also maybe ignore those depending. And let's try with any of these, okay? Of course, everything depends on if the agent have registered the correct information about any property. Good. And you can see it on the overview. If I click on it, you can see right here. This is the listing price. This is the market value of the property based on the comparables, okay, that are half of mile away. You can see, if you're an agent, you can also see the pictures, okay, of a property. This looks like empty, see, outside, huge lodge. Okay, this could happen also. Apparently this is a vacant land, but in public records, it is registered as a single family. So they haven't updated the public records of the property, or they haven't even registered that now this is a vacant land, okay, that they have demolished everything apparently. That is why you need to do a research of these records that you are getting as well, okay? But that is how you can find listed, okay, properties with an agent, depending of the listing price that you want to, the days on the market, type of property, and also the great deals with a potential equity that is positive. Any questions about the for sale searches that you can do? Let me know, please. Let me check the, okay, no questions so far, so let's continue. Now, let's say that for, I also want to find people that is pre-foreclosed. You can select pre-foreclosed, listed for sale, or no listed for sale. That will be up to you. Okay, let's clear everything again. If you don't want these pre-foreclosed or foreclosed properties being on the market, remember, leave this filter from, sorry, select the data filter, public records, and then under the public record filter, select for sale, no. So they are not listed on the market. And then if you want to find pre-foreclosed property, select it from here. Select the type of property as well. Let's go now for condo, towns, and villas, okay? And then on foreclosure, go and select the file date. So that way you are not going to find, I don't know, from cases from 10 years ago, okay? If you're not interested in those. So you can narrow by the listing date, sorry, the list pendants. That is when the property has their first notice. Open the calendar filter and just let's go back maybe a year ago. So I want to see all the pre-foreclosed that are not listed for sale condos, Miami-Dade, but you can select any county, that were list pending since a year ago. Now click on search and you will see how many results you will get. Again, you can select any other type of filters, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, the size of the property, the year bill. These are the results right here, okay? Now let's go back. Good. That is about the pre-foreclose. You can do the same search, but instead of selecting not for sale, then just select from data for sale. It works exactly the same. And if you want to find properties that are going to be auctioned, that is something that you can also do with the foreclosed ones. So open the filter, select type, single family. Now select foreclosed properties, okay? let's say that I want to see for people that have the properties that are going to be auctioned, but they are also listed for sale. And go to the, right here, foreclosure filter, scroll down until you see the auction. And let's say that I want to see all the properties that are going to be auctioned, I don't know, in the future. So equal or greater today. So all the properties, let's say greater than, actually. All the properties that are going to be auctioned in the future, you will see there that information on the foreclosure of these properties. Let's try to search for this to see how many we can find. Sorry, I did select something wrong. Let's see. Foreclosed, single family. Oh, maybe because these are for sale. When they are auctioned for day, they might be off market because these properties are not listed. They are no short sales anymore. Okay. So let's select no for sale. They are going to be auctioned in the future. Right here. 16 properties at the moment. Let me just open one of these so I can show you where is the information of that foreclosure. So you will see it here. This property, this is the case number. This is the known debt of the property, okay? The property is going to be auctioned on August 11 for the known debt amount. And the lease pendants became public on January this year, okay? You can see right here, this is the market value of the property, right here containing. If you want to go even to the street view to check out the neighborhood, you can also see that property from the street view if it's provided by Google Maps on the overview of any property, okay? I believe it's right behind us. Yep, right here, that is a property, okay? Any questions about how you can do the searches for pre-foreclosed that are listed for sale or foreclosed that are going to be auctioned? Let me know, please. Nope, no questions here, no questions here, so all good. Now, the last searches that you can do are for probates. If you want to find probates, again, just select if you want to find probates that are listed, okay, on the market or people that are not selling their properties, okay? Select public records and select for sale no. But let's find probates that are listed on the market. And I'm going to stay on Miami-Dade. I'm going to select single family, probate yes, then go to the probate filters. And I'm only interested in the probates from, I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe. So published date, equal or greater, and I can go back only 2 years, say July 2018, third. And these are going to be listed for sale. There are probates since this time and single family on Miami-Dade. Click on search and you will see them all as well. Let's see how many we can find right here. 68 properties, okay? And again, they are listed for sale. Some of these might be also in a pre-foreclosed status and you can see all. Let's try to see this property right here. And this one is also telling me that it's a great deal because it has a potential equity that is positive. So let's enter this address. Let's check it out really quick. Okay, so it's active for sale, pre-foreclosed, and it also have an information for a probate. I don't know since when, so we will check that out in a bit. So this property, the file date was on July 17, last year. And this is the known debt of this property. It is still on a lease pendants, okay? I can see the plain lease information, mortgagor is right here as well. Now the probate case is right here. And this probate is from 2018, okay? This is the representative. This is the attorney information. The deceased person was Mary Ramirez. Let's see who is the actual, let's see who is the owner at the moment. On the details tab, I can see the owner. Okay, it is still a case that it says Mary Ramirez estate of. So this case, okay, hasn't finished because the owner the property hasn't changed owners, okay? Any questions about where you can find the probate information after you have done a search or how you can do a search for probates? No question, guys. Good, excellent. Okay, and the last search is about the agents. If you are agents, how you can find expired properties. Again, let me clear everything. Let's say that I want to see expired about condos. So let's select condos now. I'm going to say Miami there just for this webinar. And I don't want to see, I want to find expired, but expired that haven't been relisted, okay? So I select public records and I select for sale no. I go here to select expired and expired yes. And I can also see or select when they expire, okay? So let's say that I want to see all the expired properties since, I don't know, January, February, okay? So all the properties that have expired since February, there are no listed again. So click on search. Let's see how many we can find. Again, remember, you can only use these filters. They are general, but you can also narrow a little bit by, I don't know, market value, okay, the last sold date, sell date, in case that the property was already sold. But again, if it's not registered on public records, then we don't have it, okay? So these are the properties that have been with an agent before, and you can actually see the information of any of these. Let's try property number 10. And the information will be right here on the overview, okay? So this property has expired on April, okay? It was listed for this amount. It was this amount of days on the market, okay? Any question, guys? Let me know, please. I don't see new questions. Great. That was pretty much everything about today webinar. Remember that the map is also interactive, so you can try to search any area on the map by using these tools right here. So you can just select a specific area if you want to draw it out on the map. Okay, let's try with this one. Good. Or a circle, or a square, whatever area that you want to select, you can do it right here on the map too. Clear this. And you can just go to an street view using the peg mark. It will open Google Maps wherever you have there located. Oh, this looks like a short. Okay. You can just do that whenever you want. Let's go back, and that's it. If you don't have any questions, thank you very much for having me today. I hope you have the greatest 4th of July tomorrow. Just enjoy yourself and your family. Remember that if you need us, we are here, bottom left. Open the chat window, say hello, press enter, and that way we can see your message. You can just request coachings, or I don't know, I need help doing this search, or any help that you might need to. We are there happily. We'll be there for helping you out, okay? Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend too. Bye-bye.